Why are we shopping?
To get Dad his Father's Day food.
Yeah, Father's Day food. So I just picked Peyton up from my grams.
I spent the night the weekend, and it's Father's Day today. And I made my dad a card.
See, she's got it all down. It's Father's Day. I just picked Peyton up, and I thought it would be cute if the kids and I made Wayne a nice Father's Day dinner.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good dinner.
We're here at Hannaford right now. Everybody's staring at me. It's so awkward. We're here at Hannaford now to get all of the stuff that I need to make dinner. He picked garlic pesto shrimp.
I do not know what that is, but we're
the kids probably won't eat it, so they're just gonna get chicken tenders.
Yeah.
But he is like obsessed with seafood, especially shrimp. So I hardly ever make this anymore, and it's one of his favorites.
She hardly makes a lot.
Yeah. So I'm here to get all of the stuff for that.
I meant to.
The kids are always asking about helping me cook dinner, and I'm just not about it. I feel like it takes like 5 times longer if the kids are helping me, but today is a special occasion, so I'm just gonna suck it up and let them help me. Are you gonna be a good helper, Peyton? All right.
Yeah.
So
we're going shopping. Now bye bye.
All right, you heard her. We're going shopping. Bye.
I've been here before, familiar with the view. This ain't nothing new. And every time that you walk through the door, I'm hit by the same old tide, blinded by the lights. And I'm going through changes, but it's easier with you. I'm going through changes, and so are you. I live for the moments when you're around me. I know you've got secrets, but I can't keep on. And we're fading in and out together. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. When I'm with you, I am not myself. You bring out the best in me, the side only you can see. And I don't need any other help than you standing by my side, if only for a while. I'm going through changes, and so are you. I live for the moments when you're around me. I know you've got secrets, but I can't keep on. And we're fading in and out together. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment.
Okay, so Peyton and I just got back from the store, and I figured I would do a little grocery haul, mini grocery haul. This is literally just stuff for dinner, besides like our little snacks. So I found these, and I know they're not new, but I've never had them, and I've always wanted to try them, so I grabbed a couple of those. I got some chips and a bunch of different dips for my husband. It was one of his requests. So there's that. Peyton picked out some Go-Gurt for the kids, as she said. And then I'm obsessed with these. Anyone who knows me knows that these are my favorite, so I had to get some of those. I got some just little snacks that I can... I'm really bad about taking the time to like eat a meal during the day, so I just got some snacks for myself. And then, oh, the chips are falling. And then I got the pesto for dinner, the white rice, I got some mushrooms. I'm gonna chop these up and put them in with the shrimp and stuff. Onions, because you always need onions, especially if you're married to my husband. He's obsessed with onion. I got some broccoli to chop up and bake. I got some asparagus. So I usually chop the asparagus up into like little teeny tiny pieces, and I put some olive oil and some salt and pepper, and depending on my mood for the day, I'll like season them however I want, and I just roast them in the oven for a few minutes. I got some chocolate milk because my kids, well, our kids are always drinking chocolate milk. We should really invest in a cow that just produces chocolate milk. And then we got some large shrimp, 2 bags per Wayne's request because he loves shrimp and wants a lot of it. So we got some shrimp, some heavy cream, and some chicken broth. So like I said, all of this stuff right here is for dinner tonight. And then, like I told you guys earlier, the kids are just gonna have some chicken tenders. I might cook some french fries for them, but Brinley will really enjoy the broccoli because she's our little vegetable queen. She loves vegetables. But yeah, that's our little grocery haul. Do you want to say hi, babe?
Hi.
How's your Father's Day so far?
It's really good.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Are you excited for dinner?
Yes. Not really sure what to do in front of camera. I don't know what to do with my hands.
You don't know? So when it comes to cutting my asparagus, I've learned that using kitchen shears instead of a knife really works wonders. When I started making this recipe, I would just cut my asparagus. Well, actually, correction. I used to just leave my asparagus whole and just cut off the ends. But then they get kind of like, I don't know, you have to like twirl them to get into your mouth, and you fight with them a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being weird about it. But anyway, I've started to cut them with kitchen shears just into like randomly sized pieces. Like there's no rhyme or reason to it. And I just go down until you'll start to feel like I don't know how to explain it. You'll just start to feel them get a little tougher to cut, and that's when I know to stop, and that what's left over is just no good. So that's what I'm doing here. I wanted to start by prepping the vegetables that are going in the oven, just because I knew that I could put them in and get other things done. So that's what I'm doing here. Now I'm gonna warn you guys, this whole plan was to have the kids help me cook, and it didn't happen. Although I'm not mad about it, because having them help me is just a headache and a half, because they're fighting over whose turn it is and whose job is which, and it's just a nightmare. So I wasn't mad that they didn't end up helping me. I mean, the girls did come in and help mix up the vegetables a little bit, like you'll see in a few minutes. But aside from that, I was riding solo on this one, and it was just easier that way. So anyway, that's what I'm doing here, is just getting the veggies ready, and then the girls are going to come in and help me put all the fixins on them, and then we're going to pop them in the oven and go from there. So here Peyton is just putting some olive oil, some salt, some pepper, and a little bit of Italian seasoning onto the asparagus and broccoli, and that is it, you guys. You just mix it up on the pan and make sure it's all kind of pretty much coated. You don't really want a whole lot of dry spots. If you leave, like, especially the broccoli goes fast, but if you leave dry spots on there when you put it in the oven, it's kind of gonna crisp up almost, and you're gonna get, I don't know, you're gonna, not really a burnt taste, but just like a crunch to it. And I mean, if that's your thing, go right ahead, but it's not my thing. So we like to coat it pretty well with the olive oil and seasoning. So that's what she's doing, and she was having a blast doing it, so it was fun. Once I got the asparagus and broccoli into the oven, now just a little hint, I put that in the oven at 425. I'm not even sure if that's like a good temperature for it. I'm no chef, so don't quote me. But that's personally what I do, and it works just fine. It takes anywhere from like 20, 25, sometimes 30 minutes. It honestly just depends on how much of it is in there, but to get it to the tenderness that I like anyway. So then I just go ahead and I cut my onion and some mushrooms. I don't know. It changes every time I make this, honestly, whether I put mushrooms in it or not. Sometimes I do shrimp and chicken. Sometimes I do mushrooms and shrimp. Sometimes I do mushrooms and chicken. It really just depends. But the sauce and like the base recipe stays the exact same. So, yep, that's what I'm doing, is just cutting up my vegetables so that way I can take the cutting board away and put my little skillet thingamajig, I don't even know what it's called, but put that on the counter where I was cutting, and then I'm gonna get to all the good stuff. I didn't realize it when I was at the store, but I actually bought the peeled deveined tail on shrimp, which is not what I like to do. I usually get the tail off because tails gross me out. I don't know why, but they do. So I had to sit there and take every single flipping tail off, and I was disgusted doing it. So that was fun. But yeah, little side note there. So I just put the shrimp in. Now this was still like partially frozen. I never worry about it being completely thawed out, just because I don't know, I just don't. So it's partially frozen a little bit, but I just add in some olive oil, some lemon pepper, some salt, some Italian seasoning, and some crushed red pepper. All of that is to taste. Now granted, I don't taste this right here because I mean it's raw shrimp, but I'm pretty used to like the amount of seasonings that we want in there. Oh, and I do add garlic too. I forgot all about that. So once the shrimp get nice and pink, I take them out of the pan, leaving all of the juices behind because that's all good stuff that you don't really want to waste. I add in the onions and the mushrooms, really any vegetable that I plan on putting into this sauce. I put that in just to let them soften for a few minutes. And then I go ahead and I'm going to add in some pesto to this, and then let it sit for a few more minutes just to really make sure that they're not, I don't know, I don't like my onions crunchy, so I like to let them soften pretty decently before I add in the liquids, because in my mind, again, no chef, but in my mind, if I add in the liquids, then it's like taking away the direct heat that the vegetables are getting. I don't know. So I feel like they just like don't cook as much once the liquid's in there. So I like to get it all done before the liquid. And yeah, so that's about it. You like my little dance while I wait? I'm waiting for the vegetables to soften so I can add in the chicken broth and heavy cream. Which, little side note, I do not measure anything when I cook. So I'm sorry that I have like no measurements to give you guys. But just really eyeball it. I do, so for every like half of the box of chicken broth, I add 1 small container of heavy cream, if that makes any difference to you guys. Okay, so I just took the asparagus and broccoli out of the oven. The lighting is awful over here. We're in like this little nook. I don't know if you can tell, but we're in this like little nook. So the lighting is really bad. We have this light above the stove right here, but the batteries are dead and it takes like freaking 6 batteries per light. So it's a lot of batteries. Anyway, I've got the shrimp and everything going. Well, the shrimp's done. I have the sauce just kind of simmering for a little while before I put the shrimp back in, and then I let it simmer a little bit longer, and then it's all done. But I wanted to taste test the broccoli and asparagus, so you have to taste test. You just have to. So good. The lighting, like I said, is really bad, but that was good stuff, man. Super good. And it's literally like so freaking easy to make too, because like you saw, all you do is you cut it up and then you season it however you want, add a little bit of olive oil, mix it around, pop it in the oven. And then sometimes I want it a little more well done, and then sometimes I don't want it so well done. It just depends on what I'm feeling. But that is like the perfect amount of time in the oven. It was in there for, if I had to guess, it was like maybe 20-25 minutes. So good, so flipping good. You need to try it if you haven't already. Take a bite. How is it? Good?
A+.
You and your purple plastic spoon.
That's what you gave me.
You're a plastic lover, that's why.
That's true.
Are you happy with your dinner?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah? I love you.
I love you more.
I get so caught up in the middle, thinking of drowning in those blue eyes. I'm losing sight 'cause I am falling. I'm so deep down, and it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies. I will put out all of the fire if it gets too dark. I'll be your light. Be your light.
after dinner was all done, it was just the cleanup time, which really only consisted of doing the dishes, and I did clean off the counter, but I didn't show you guys that. Wayne went ahead and while I was doing the dishes, he cleaned the living room and built the kids a fort, which was pretty cool. Really helped me out from like my nighttime cleaning. But yeah, pretty much just doing the dishes and getting the kitchen a little bit more put together. It gets wrecked every time I cook. Gets wrecked regardless of how hard I try to like keep the mess from multiplying. It doesn't work. So, that's about it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and like I said, I'm sorry I didn't have any like measurements for the recipe. I find myself, I just don't ever measure anything. I just always eyeball it. I don't know why, but one of these times I'll just come on and I'll do another cook with me, but I'll make sure to measure everything out so you guys have a little bit more to go off of. But you guys get the idea, and I hope you give this a shot. It's a really good recipe. I love the taste of it. It's like I said, it's one of Wayne's favorites, so he was really glad that I made it for him. And yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.